Welcome to After Hours, where stories come alive after dark. I'm your host, and the story continues. Previously on The Inheritance, Marcus and Desiree retrieved Layer 2 from 20 Lexington Avenue. Communications. Voice recordings. Evidence of the council pressuring a sitting senator. But the council is escalating. 12 reinforcements are en route. Bank Street must fall before they arrive. Vera has recruited Daniel, a former Special Forces operative whose daughter Victor saved 8 years ago. He'll act as a decoy. Walk into danger so Marcus can walk away with evidence. Tomorrow morning, before the reinforcements arrive, Bank Street. Layer 3. This is Episode 8. The Bank Street Files. I watched the sun come up from the motel window, pink light bleeding across the horizon. The kind of morning that would be beautiful if you weren't about to send a stranger to his potential death. Sleepy. Did you sleep at all? A little. Liar. I keep thinking about Daniel, a man I've never met, walking into a trap wearing my face. He chose this. Did he? Or did my father's ghost choose for him? Your father saved his daughter. That's not manipulation. That's legacy. Legacy. A word I used to associate with money and property. Now it meant something else entirely. Debts that couldn't be paid. Loyalties that transcended death. Vera, good morning. Are you ready? Define ready. Awake, mobile, and willing to commit multiple felonies before breakfast. Yeah. We're ready. Daniel is in position. He's been watching the Bank Street location for 3 hours. 2-person surveillance team, just like before. But they've added a roving patrol, someone on foot who circles the block every 15 minutes. 3 targets instead of 2. Correct. The plan has to account for all 3. What's the plan? Daniel walks toward 59 Bank Street from the south at exactly 7 a.m. He matches your general profile: height, build, dark jacket. From a distance, with the surveillance team focused on approaching threats, he'll read as you. And while they're watching him, you enter from the north, through the service alley. The roving patrol will be on the south side, following Daniel. You'll have maybe 8 minutes inside before anyone realizes it's a decoy. What happens to Daniel? He walks past the building. Doesn't stop. Turns the corner and disappears into the subway at Houston Street. By the time they realize they've been played, you should be out. Should be. I can't guarantee anything, Marcus. I can only give you the best chance. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. We've done more with less. We parked 4 blocks from Bank Street at 6:45. The neighborhood was waking up. Dog walkers, joggers, people heading to early shifts. Normal life happening all around us while we prepare to do something completely abnormal. I see the surveillance team. Gray sedan, north corner. Same profile as Lexington. And there, walking past the coffee shop, that's the patrol. Middle-aged man in a dark coat. Hands in pockets, moving at a casual pace that didn't quite match the morning rush. Too alert, too aware. That's the signal. Daniel's moving. I'll watch from here. Any changes, I'll text. If something goes wrong, nothing's going wrong. Go. She kissed me. Quick. Fierce. The kind of kiss that said everything we didn't have time to say. 59 Bank Street was a converted warehouse. 5 stories of exposed brick and industrial windows. The kind of building that sold for millions now, but had been abandoned 40 years ago. My father had found it when it was still cheap, before the neighborhood transformed. The service entrance was older than the renovation. Original hardware, barely maintained. The lock gave way in under a minute. Apartment 3B. 3rd floor. Rear unit. I checked my phone. 7:02. Daniel was approaching the building. The surveillance team would be focused on him now. 6 more minutes. The apartment was different from the others. Not empty like Walker Street. Not lived in like Lexington. This one was a museum. Whispering. What the hell? The walls were covered with photographs. Not surveillance photos. Personal ones. Faces I didn't recognize. Families. Children. Weddings. Funerals. And beneath each photo, a small brass plaque with a name and 2 dates. Deaths. All of them. Deaths at the hands of the council. Reading quietly. Robert Stein, 1952 to 1989, made to look like a car accident. Catherine Webb Morrison, 1960 to 1997, apparent suicide. David Chin Sr., 1948 to 2002, heart attack induced. Dozens of them, maybe 100, a gallery of the council's victims spanning decades, and in the center of the room, a desk, a computer, and a filing cabinet with a handwritten label, Testimonies. Statements. Dozens of them, from family members, witnesses, former council associates who'd grown a conscience, each one sworn and notarized. I saw the brake lines were cut. He was poisoned. I recognized the symptoms. They made me lie on the police report. Layer 3, this wasn't just evidence. This was a memorial, a testament to every life the council had destroyed. Patrol coming back early. Move faster. I grabbed everything I could. Testimonies first. They were the foundation. Then the USB drives from the desk drawer. Then I froze. A neighbor. Just a neighbor heading to work. The computer was too heavy to take. But the hard drive. Whispering. Come on, come on. I was at the 6-minute mark. 2 minutes left. Maybe less. To himself. The photographs. I couldn't take them all. But I pulled my phone and started photographing. Wall by wall. Name by name. These people deserve to be remembered. To be avenged. Get out now. They know. I didn't ask how. Didn't have time. Just moved. The service entrance was still clear. I hit the alley at a dead sprint. 3rd floor! Check the 3rd floor! They were in the building. Behind me. But not in front. Not yet. Phone. Quiet. 2 blocks east. Blue awning. I'm in the car. Breathing hard. Trying to sound normal. Coming. I force myself to walk. Not run. Running attracts attention. Running identifies the prey. I passed a mother, pushing a stroller. A man walking his dog. An elderly woman waiting for the bus. Normal life. Normal morning. While I carried proof of 100 murders in my bag. You got it? I got it. All of it? As much as I could carry. We need to move. Did Daniel make it? I don't know. Vera hasn't. Vera, Daniel is safe. He made the subway before they realized. Exhale. Thank God. But they identified him. Security cameras on Houston Street. The council now knows someone was acting as your double. He can't go home. I'm moving him to a safe house outside the city. He gave up his life for this. He gave up his old life. There might be a new one waiting. If we win. What did you find? Testimonies. Sworn statements from witnesses. Family members. Former council people. And a memorial. 100 photographs. 100 names. Everyone. The council has killed. Your father built that, I know. Spent years collecting those testimonies. Tracking down families. Getting people to put their names on the record. That room, he showed it to me once. Called it his confession. Why didn't he release it? Because testimony without proof is just accusation. The council would have discredited everyone, destroyed the witnesses, made it disappear. But combined with the financial records, the communications, the voice recordings, combined, it tells a complete story. Yes, it does. We found an industrial park on the outskirts of Jersey City. Warehouses, empty lots, no surveillance cameras, reading. Statement of Maria Stein. My husband Robert was killed by the council in 1989. He was a journalist investigating financial irregularities in the Whitmore Foundation. His car was found at the bottom of a ravine. The brake lines were cut. How many are there? 47 statements. Different years, different methods, poisoning, stage accidents, suicides with no history of depression, a heart attack, and a healthy 30-year-old. All of them? All of them connected to the council. People who asked questions. People who threatened to talk. People who were simply inconvenient. I thought about my father, collecting these testimonies over years, finding the survivors, asking them to relive their worst memories so he could document the truth. Had they trusted him, this accountant who worked for the killers? Or had they simply been desperate enough to take any chance at justice? The photographs you took, 93 of them. More deaths than the testimonies. Different victims? Some overlap, but many others. People my father couldn't get statements for. Deaths he could only document, not prove. This is going to change everything. If we can get it out. If we can find someone to publish it. If the council doesn't kill us first. 3 layers down. 3 to go. 3 more caches, each one deadlier than the last. Status update. The council reinforcements have arrived in New York. 14 operatives, not 12. They're setting up a command post in Midtown. They're treating this like a military operation. Because that's what it is. You've hit 3 of their secure locations in 4 days. Recovered evidence they thought was safely hidden. Exposed their surveillance failures. Harrison Whitmore called an emergency session of the 7 this morning. First time in 3 years. How do you know that? Because I still have sources inside. People who owe your father. People who are waiting to see which way this falls. What are they saying? They're scared, Marcus. For the first time in decades, the 7 are genuinely afraid. But fear makes them dangerous. They've authorized extreme measures. What does that mean? It means they're no longer trying to recover the evidence. They're trying to destroy it, along with anyone who's seen it. They've put a kill order on you, Marcus, and Desiree, and anyone else connected to your network, quietly. A kill order. I'm sending you new safe house coordinates. Further outside the city. We need to regroup before we go after Layer 4. How long? 2 days. Maybe 3. Let them exhaust themselves looking in the wrong places. And Marcus, back up everything. Multiple copies. Multiple locations. If something happens to you, the evidence survives. And if something happens to all of us, then I'll find another way. Victor's network doesn't end with you, but I'd prefer not to test that theory. A kill order. The council had decided we weren't worth capturing anymore. Whatever information we might have wasn't worth the risk of us talking. They wanted us dead. Simple, clean. Permanent. I looked to Desiree. My wife. My partner. The woman who'd signed up for marriage and got in warfare instead. I know what you're thinking. You should go. Take what we have and disappear. I can finish this alone. No, Desiree. I said no, Marcus. When I married you, I didn't know about the council. I didn't know about your father. I didn't know any of this would happen. But I knew you. And the man I married wouldn't ask me to run while he walks into danger. The man you married wasn't walking into danger. The man I married was hiding from his past, pretending it didn't exist. That's a different kind of danger. I'm here, Marcus. Until the end. Whatever that looks like. We drove through the night, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, following back roads and avoiding cameras, 3 layers of evidence, financial records, communications, testimonies, each one building on the last, just like my father planned. But it wasn't complete. Not yet. 3 more caches remained, 3 more pieces of the puzzle. And somewhere behind us, 14 operatives were hunting, looking for the son of the accountant who'd betrayed them. I thought about the photographs on that wall. 100 faces, 100 lives. People who'd been silenced because they'd asked the wrong questions or known the wrong things. I wouldn't be one of them. Desiree wouldn't be one of them. We'd finish what my father started. And when we did, every one of those faces would be remembered. Every death would have meaning. The story continues tomorrow. 3 layers recovered. 3 more remain. But the council has issued a kill order. 14 operatives are hunting, and the next cache holds evidence that even Marcus isn't prepared to find. Layer 4, the operational files, the missions, the methods, how the council really works. Episode 9, the protocol. If you want to find out what happens next, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. New episodes drop every single day, after hours, where stories come alive after dark.